Love that a farm donated 15,000 pumpkins.
I know, that's amazing. At least they had the good weather, grew some great pumpkins, and we've got some great weather this weekend as well. Yeah. Nothing in my garden, unfortunately. I was a little bit lazy this spring and didn't plant anything, but great weather out there if you've got stuff to harvest. We had a few high clouds move in later this afternoon. We're not expecting any rain out of that. Here's a look at the stats for today. 65 for a high this afternoon after a morning low of 40, so a little bit chilly this morning, but temperature is actually pretty close to average for this time of year. One thing to point out, kind of makes me a little sad, sunset now before 6:30 at 6:27, and of course that gives us about 8 more minutes of daylight today. But going back to temperatures, we did get into the mid-60s today. Enjoy these milder temperatures while we can, because in October we see the steepest decline in temperatures than any other month. We start off with average highs in the upper 60s. By the middle of the month, our average highs are only in the upper 50s. And you know what Halloween is usually like around here. By October 31st, our average high is only 49 degrees. And of course, it can be way colder than that as well. On the rainfall front, we ended September on a positive note with above average precipitation, actually more than double our average at 1.35 inches of rain. October is normally a transitional month where we do normally see much wetter weather. Average rainfall for October about 1.37 inches. Despite the wet weather in September, we're still about 4.5 inches below average for rainfall for the year. We are looking at dry weather in the short term, though. Sunshine and mild temperatures on the way for your Sunday, highs in the lower 70s. It's going to feel great out there. Dry weather will continue into early next week with above average temperatures into early next week as well. So we will get a couple more days in the upper 60s and lower 70s. Currently sitting at 63 right now, just before sunset. Winds out of the west-southwest at 6 miles per hour. The weather pattern shows a pretty dry westerly to southwesterly flow across the region. The storm track is well north of the border, so really no threat of any rainfall anytime soon. As we see those upper level winds skew a little bit more southwesterly, that'll pump some milder air into the region and bring us from highs in the 60s to the lower 70s. Again, we did see a few clouds this evening, but we're not going to expect any rain out of those. Should see mostly clear skies tonight, and then mostly sunny conditions for much of the day tomorrow. We'll see clouds back on the increase Sunday night into Monday. Again, these will not be rain clouds, so we're looking at partly sunny conditions for your Monday, but the weather should remain dry. High temperatures tomorrow, warmer than today, will be in the low 70s in Omak, 72 in Moses Lake, 70 in Deer Park. A little cool start for some folks, especially up north of Spokane. Temperatures dropping down to the 30s in places like Newport and Sandpoint, but lower 40s for lows in Spokane and Coeur d'Alene with highs in the lower 70s. We'll have highs in the upper 70s in Lewiston, upper 60s in Bonners Ferry, and then low 70s in between under mostly sunny skies. Here's a look at our extended forecast. Not bad at all, with 70s continuing into the first part of the week. There is a cool down expected for the second half of the week. Could see first chance of showers late Wednesday into Thursday. And you can see those high temperatures certainly cooling off, highs in the upper 50s.